We're way up here in the northwest corner of Massachusetts.
Displaying the glory of God's creation by visiting every state park, national park, and national forest in the contiguous 48 states. Welcome to Parking Full Time with Big Dave the Parker.
Welcome back to Parking Full Time. I am Big Dave, the parks professor. We are at Mount Greylock State Reservation. We are in northwest Massachusetts. Mount Greylock is the highest point in Massachusetts. And a few minutes ago, I filmed a short video that, if things go according to plan, I will have released earlier this week, of what the summit looks like. There's a nice stone war memorial tower up on top of that summit. This is the oldest state park in Massachusetts, by the way. It was established in 1898. And the hike we're going to do, we're going to hike to a sub-peak of Mount Greylock called Round Rocks. Now, there's a parking lot right below Round Rocks that you can start at. But this is parking full-time hiking. And so we didn't start there. We started at the Jones Nose parking lot and the Jones Nose Trailhead. And so we are going to hike about a mile to the south. We are on the Woodison Spring Trail. And this could be an out and back. It could be a lollipop loop. It could be a true loop. I'm not sure yet. Once we get over to Round Rocks, we'll make some decisions about how we're going to get back here to Jones Nose. So that's the plan. Let's get to it. We're about a half hour in now, and we just crossed the Summit Road. That down there is the road that you would drive to get up to the summit of Mount Greylock. And so that means we are now on the final leg of our route to Rounds Rock. Realized at the trailhead I forgot to give the date and weather. So today is Tuesday, September the 12th. And the temperature is 67 degrees. It's cloudy and it is very damp out here. It's very humid. We've gotten a lot of rain recently. And so the trail is fairly wet. A couple of muddy areas, nothing too bad so far. But we will keep headed towards Rounds Rock. It's about 15 minutes later, and we have made it to the view from Rounds Rock. This is a south-facing view. So that's the southern flank of Mount Greylock that you see straight ahead. And other mountains and valleys, including the town of Pittsfield, off in the distance. Thought about not coming up here today because of the cloud cover. I was afraid the mountain would be socked in the clouds. But that is not the case. It is really beautiful up here today. So I'm going to sit here and rest for a few minutes and think about how to complete this hike. We've come a few more minutes, and we have reached a second vista. This one is more west-facing, it appears. Off through the gap there in the distance, that is New York State. We're way up here in the northwest corner of Massachusetts. All right, so I'll rest a little bit here at the second vista, and then once again think about how we're going to finish this hike. Coming up to a bouldery area here. Look at those huge boulders here. Broken off the side of the cliff, probably. To update you on what I decided to do, I decided to turn this hike into a true loop. And so therefore we came down the Rounds Rock Connector Trail. Have to be careful where I step here because it's kind of rocky and rooty here. So we came down the Rounds Rock Connector Trail. A couple of areas where I had to use my hands there due to the steepness and rockiness. And then we turned right on the Northrop Trail. And right now we're headed north on the Northrop Trail. And this will take us back to Jones Nose. And the parking lot, in fact, we're almost there, I think. So I'm pretty sure we only have about 1,000 or so feet to go. So at this point, I do want to thank you for watching. Parking full-time would not be anything without the people who watch. I realize that every day. And I thank you every day. This is a nice hike for people who want to come and see Mount Greylock. Again, the highest point in Massachusetts. But people like me who aren't young enough and fit enough to do some of the harder trails up to the summit, then this is a good choice. You get some good views, some decent distance, a little bit of real terrain to deal with. So I've enjoyed this hike. Also, as a reminder, I do not take any monetary compensation for anything that I do for this project. And so therefore, all that I get are your likes, your subscribes, your views, and your comments. And I do appreciate all of those things. So I'm going to close out this video. Until next time, I am Big Dave, the Parks Professor, for Parking Full Time from Mount Greylock State Reservation, oldest state park in Massachusetts. Have a great afternoon. Take care, and Lord bless.